Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be a little bit of something different. This is why it's the recording and everything. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to go over all of my Hoyoverse games accounts that I've been playing on stream for a little bit over a year now. Just played for all of them, except DZZ, obviously, as that one's less than a year old. Uh, but yeah, I'm not exactly.
Come on,
I
enough
don't remember the exact day I
procrastinating.
started playing
Let's
Genshin. I
go.
probably could have looked at that before I hit record, but yeah, we're at the Opera Epiclese in my old favorite pooling spot, but the floor is kind of messed up from the expansion that added the underwater prison fontaine. I believe the what messed it up. Can you even see that here? There's a tower there. Which is a Mermaid. Okay, so that's all the way over there. I guess that wasn't what did it.
I'm all for work-life
Whatever.
balance.
But
I think
yeah,
this is
I just
passionate.
kind of wanted to go and look at my progress and stuff and characters. We'll get into characters later, but yeah, for map progression, um, currently Mondstadt is 100% completed for everything in Mondstadt. This is not part of Mondstadt over here. Um, yeah, it was the first region that I fully did everything in. It's pretty easy to do. It's very small, so yeah, I still find chest occasionally, so it's not like 100% completed, but it's just visibly 100% completed. It rounds up quite a bit, uh, depending on the areas. For Liwa, I have not explored any of the areas to 100% completion, including the chasms. Not even close for that either. Um, as yeah, as you can see, it's only at what 46% completion according, or it says 71 for the underground part, but for the above ground part, it's at like 46% completion. Yeah, there's still this domain. I don't use any of the relics for my characters, so I haven't bothered with exploring it. Um, it's just 5 gems just sitting there eternally, I guess. But yeah, that's that region, and then the new Liwa region I have not explored. The main reason I haven't explored Liwa is because the chests don't give the same amount of rewards as other regions. As the first two regions, the every like chest, so like common chest, give 5 gems, in every other region. In Liwa and Mondstadt, they give 0, and then the chest above the common chest gives 5. So it's like shifted over one tier down. But yeah, finding common chests, it just gives you percent completion for Liwa and Mondstadt, so I never bothered with Liwa because it's really annoying to navigate around as there's all these mountains everywhere. So you have to do a ton of climbing. Even with someone like Kazuha on my team, it's kind of annoying for me, so I just haven't bothered with it. Uh, Inazuma definitely has some annoying regions, but at least all the chests give free gems and everything, so yeah, I have 100% completed that. And then for Sumeru, um, well, I am missing a few things at Enkanomiya, but for Sumeru, I have 100% completed everything outside of the desert, and most of the desert. I'm just missing these northern parts of the deserts um, of Sumeru. But yeah, as you can see, any green part I did manage to finish. And yeah, there's not a sub-region. At least I haven't discovered it for Sumeru, and I know that there is one in Fontaine, but I have not discovered it. I'm like in the process of doing the quest for it. For Fontaine, I did all of the original Fontaine regions, and then most of the other regions. Like I found almost all of the Hydroculi. I just have to do like this area's Hydroculi, and then I'm finished with that. And then have to go through and get all the chests. I have found all the Dendroculi and Geoculi and all that kind of stuff. I have not done anything in Natlan though. That's still fairly new. I want to try to get through the other regions first. There's currently an event going on that I haven't even started in that one. So yeah, I've only done like the bare minimum. I've done the Archon quest and I've done um, Milani's quest. So that way I could get some level up materials for her. But outside of that, I haven't really messed with Natlan too much. Just kind of go there for relics or whatever, just going into the domains. Um, I did do the previous event that was there though. So yeah, that's all of my regional exploration stuff, and then I do have my teapot somewhat decorated. Like there's a mansion in my teapot that has some decoration. It looks like the traveling salesman's over there. But yeah, outside of that, I just kind of go in the teapot to collect currency every once in a while, like once a week, and then never go back to it again. And I've got some characters in there that are collecting friendship XP that some of them are finished, some of them are not finished. I just haven't been willing to swap them out for any reason yet. So yeah. Now on to characters and stuff. So yeah, we'll start at the bottom and work up. So yeah, we have Zinyan, bottom, using nothing. She's here on my account, leveled up to 20, C4. Haven't ever played her. I don't even think I've like put her on field ever. I personally don't even know what her abilities are outside of the fact that like this is a shield. So, yeah, kind of same thing for Toma. He's at C2. I have like thought about using Toma and stuff, but I've just never really bothered with it because it would take me forever to build him. This character that I cannot pronounce their name, I have not used. I recently acquired them. I don't know what they do. I wasn't playing the game whenever they came out. So, yeah, I got them during the current banner. Kudrosara is someone I recently got as well off the current banner. She's the one I had on like one of my old accounts that I was going to do like a free-to-play playthrough on. So like I have like somewhat of an idea of what she does, but yeah, I've never used her on this account. Dory never used. She's just holding the bell. I have so many copies of the bell. At this point, well, I guess not too many, but more than I'd want for what I'll use it. Sethos is holding the event weapon, just because the event released alongside him, and he's a bow user, so I'm assuming that he uses this. But yeah, never used him. C0. Do have C1 of you from pulling for Raiden the other day. Lost 50-50 on that. I did record the pulls, but I did not upload the recording. Yeah, Kaya is holding a Skyrider Greatsword C2. Never really used him. He does have on the alternate outfit from the event. One of the few alternate outfits that I have. Diona, I've like thought about some things for her, and like she's holding onto some relics. C1, holding on the sacrificial bow, but I've never really used her too much. Never used Ningguang, never even like had her on a team for anything. C0, right? Yeah. Like, just never had a reason to. Goro, I've tried to use on Noelle teams for Noelle, but I just never really bothered with it. C0. Katrina, kind of same thing. I used her the other day in like a Noelle team that I was messing around with, or in Goro. Noelle Farina, that was the team. She's C5 from the last banner. I did a lot of pulls on the last banner, so I was able to get a lot of copies of her. Sayu, I like used when I first started playing the game. She's one of my earlier characters. C3. I mainly just use her for exploration stuff. Fremine, I thought about building whenever he released as like a physical character, but just never really bothered with it. Would be a lot of investment for not that good of payoff, to be honest. Like, physical damage healers kind of just suck in the game at the moment. It needs a 4-star, so it's just not going to work out. Kole, I like tried to use her on early Dendro teams when I was messing around with that for caging, but never really went too far with her. She's C3. Yeah, she does have a bit more XP than some of the other characters. Mika, I tried physical caging at one point, I think. Mostly theory crafting stuff with him. Or like testing, really, not even theory crafting, but didn't really bother with it. It's kind of the same thing with Yunjin. Like, I used her on a Noelle team that I like thought about using, but never really went with. Moda, pretty recent pull, and I have like some levels on her, but I haven't actually filtered her for anything, so And she's our Amber. I like tried to use when I first started playing the game a little bit, but she's C1. I didn't get that C1 too recently, but it was more recent than you think. That's Barbara, first C6 character. I don't know how I got so many copies of Barbara out of all characters, but yep, she's C6. One of the only C6 4-star characters, or like C6 characters in general, outside of like the Traveler. So, yeah. No outfit for her, no outfit for Singyu, or Singju, but he is using Wolfang. I've used him quite a bit, but I've never really like gone all the way and built him. And it's definitely something that I want to do in the future because he's really useful. Probably like the most useful character I have that's not built. I tried to make a Lisa Dendro team work one time, and it was interesting, but yeah, I didn't really go through with it too much. He's C0 after all, so not the strongest for a main field DPS. I used to have a Razor team going when I first started playing the game because he's one of the earlier characters I got, but he's just really weak without any consolations for sure. And kind of in general, Chongyun, kind of same thing. Really weak. Even with consolations, to be honest. Like, I never see anyone use this character for anything. So, I haven't really bothered with it myself too much. Farazan, I tried to make a Heizo team work, and I used her on that team. Right, but she's C5. If she was C6, it would be great, but because it's like one of the biggest power spikes in the game, it's her C6. I got really close during the last banner she was on, but not close enough. She went from not even existing in my account to C5, so quite a lot of pulls. Yeah, Chi-Chi, latest consolation from losing 50-50 on the Raiden banner. Which is unfortunate, but yeah, it's not too unexpected for me. I've lost quite a few 50-50s. I would have liked to get the last standard character I need, which similarly to Starro is another Pyro character. And wait, I gotta go to character archive for this. Yeah, they don't have her. Only standard 5-star that I'm missing at this point, so yeah, would like to get her maybe next time that there's a free 5-star character. Just to go ahead and finish off collecting all of them. And then after Chi-Chi we have Beto. Use her not too often, but yeah, I mostly use her with Diluc's weapon, but I have it on Diluc because I'm doing stuff with him. Last time that I used a Claymore character pretty much. Yeah, she's really good in like electrocute teams, so I try to use her in that. She scales off of attack more than defense. She's just holding this to hold something that has some levels. Kuki Shinobu is a character that I'm working on building at the moment for an I'll Hate Them team. I'll be the healer on that. So yeah, currently just grinding out the boss. For that, that's what I spent my most recent energy on that I've spent. And then Rosaria, I've used her on teams in the past, but rarely use her now. She's at C5, pretty close to C6, which wouldn't be that bad for a physical team. But yeah, I mostly used her on like ice teams. And freeze and stuff. Same thing with Layla. Used on freeze teams in the past with Hazo. Charlotte I used with Farina for a bit because she is able to heal the entire party at once. Which is pretty good for Farina. Teams and stuff, but I haven't really used her too much outside of like whenever she first released. Diluc, C0, R1. I haven't really used him too much though. I like tried to build a team around him in the past, but I just never really felt like fully committing to it. Kind of same thing with Tainari. Had a team in the past that I just didn't really bother fully committing to. I could technically do it with all these almost bows that I have. Yeah, he's at C1. From 50-50 losses. Sino was someone that I got on my account randomly just while doing pulls. Because I pretty much pull anytime that I have a pull. So it happened to be on his banner, and I got him. But I haven't really used him too much. I like built a team around him and stuff and tried it out for a bit, but not too interesting to play, to be honest. unfortunately. And then Yanfei, my most recent C6. I tried to get a team with her. I definitely want to try to do a team with her in the future again, because she's a really fun character to play for me, but I can just never really make it work. But now that she's C6, I mean, there's a decent chance. But yeah, kind of the main issue with her is that you run her in like triple pyro teams, which is not very efficient. And then Hazo, I tried to make teams work with him in the past. I definitely will look into doing that again in the future, maybe, if I get C6 Hazo. But yeah, for now, he's just here. Level 80. Like, most of these characters are characters that I've invested at least a few resources in as far as XP books go. And then Lynette, I tried to make her work quite a bit whenever she first released. She was a really fun character to play, but I just never really got consolations for her or anything. And the same thing with Noelle, although it wasn't whenever she first released because I was not playing the game then. But yeah, I've tried to make Noelle work. I definitely want to, like, maybe do it again whenever a future character releases that is a similar element to Noelle. I might try to see if they have any synergy. I don't know. I haven't looked into this character too much, but I know that they're on the next banner, and I have a guarantee 50-50 on whatever pool I want, so could use it on them. Tartaglia, I got a C1 in 110 pool. And then I've used him quite a bit in Spiral Abyss and stuff, but I actually never leveled him. I was level 90 for some reason. Which kind of surprised me when I figured that out the other day. But yeah, I mean, I have some decent investment on him. He's got some relics on, although I've taken some of them off for other characters at this point, namely Milani. So yeah, that's why he's not like fully built at the moment. But yeah, I've used him quite a bit. Jungling, probably my second most used character. Second or third. Have her pretty well built, I would say, despite not being C6. Get a lot of utility out of her. A lot of ER. Could use more crit damage, crit rate, and all that kind of stuff, but I mean, this gives crit rate during the, or for the elemental burst, which is like the main thing, so don't really mind it too much. She crits whenever she needs to for me. It's kind of how I feel about it at the moment. I mostly want ER on her, because she needs even more somehow, even that's quite a bit for a single character. And then Bennett used quite a bit as well. A lot of ER. They work together. Jungling and Bennett. He's at C5. Could C6 him whenever I want, but I just haven't. Probably never will. So, yeah. He's not my most recent C6, but he is one of the options for that. He would mess up. His C6 would mess up catching teams, and I use Katrine quite a lot, so I definitely do not want to ruin that synergy. I know that a lot of people are saying to C6 your Bennett now, and like it's okay to, and it would remove the notification symbol next to its name, but I'm just not gonna do it because I use Katrine quite a lot. She's like my favorite character in this game. Probably not my favorite at this point, it's probably Farina, but yeah, I don't want to ruin that potential synergy, even though they're like not the most optimal. And then Traveler, I have them on Hydro Traveler, but I mostly use Dentro Traveler out of all of them. They're all C6 and everything at this point. I actually have decent investment on the Hydro Traveler because I thought that I would try to make them work whenever they first came out, before people knew that they were bad. And let's just say that it was not a very worthwhile thing to do. And then Kokomi, it's like my best healer. Probably still the best healer in the game for just like overall healing. Like pretty much nobody ever dies whenever she's on a team. I don't use her too much. I like use her in Nuvela teams, which is just overkill. But yeah, she's really fun with Farina too. They have a really good synergy with Kokomi's ult. I do have her ult crowned for that reason, even though most people would crown the jellyfish first, but yeah, I went for the ult first because I like DPS Kokomi. I have her on a healing build, but that's mostly just because her damage from her ult heals off of her scales off of her HP, which her healing also scales off of, so they kind of work hand in hand. And then I have her on Thrilling Tales. But, I mean, I've had her on Prototype Amber in the past, so if I ever feel like making another one of those, I might redo that. But yeah, I don't even have Throwing Toes at level 90. I didn't even know that. And the Nouvelets, he's kind of another character that I pulled randomly, but he's seen a lot of use. He's Nouvelet. Like if you have a Nouvelet, you know what Nouvelet is. Really busted. Fun to play. I like use him on a team with Kokomi and Xiangling and then Fischl. I use them together, and it's like pretty much just hold down Nouvelet's basic attack alongside Xiangling burst and skill with Fischl skill and Kokomi skill, and it's just a ton of reactions going off all over the place. Really good for AoE or single target. And then you can also use them with Furina, who I also have. Use that C1, R1, only limited character that I have their weapon for. I did win like the 50-50 for the weapon, or whatever the odds were. Like I got the weapon first try, basically. I use her for everything. I don't know if she's my most played character at this point, but I like literally use her with everything. Fully crowned. Pretty solid build. It definitely needs some more work, and I actually use an attack percent sans on her so that way I can get more value whenever she's on field, because I like playing her on field. Even though, like, the Golden Troop set does not work with on-field Furina, it doesn't really matter. She gets done what she needs to get done. I will be pulling for more constellations during her reruns. I'd rather have more constellations than other characters. For Milani, kind of the same thing. I really like Milani's playstyle. It is kind of buggy. I heard that they're actually going to look into fixing them. I do have her C1. I was pulling on her banner, not necessarily for her C1, but just like build pity for the next banner or whatever, and happened to get her C1 off of the previous banner. So yeah, I used that in Sacrificial Jade. I did have this weapon. I fully built it and like used it on her for a bit, but I kind of prefer Sacrificial Jade. It just gives her a ton of extra crit rate. So yeah, she's at 81 over 147. Furina 67 over 177. I guess I could show these more advanced stats now. The elemental types, if they're a DPS character, just assume that they're maxed out for whatever the maximum is. But yeah, I actually have a pretty high crit rate on my Kokomi for it being at negative 100 normally. Here, it's like the main characters I use, their stats, or whatever. So yeah, I've been using Milani a lot. She's really fun to use in the overworld. And the constellation actually extends that by quite a bit too, so yeah. And then I'll Hate Them, got him off of his last banner. And I've been working on building it, but I haven't really gotten very far into it, because I kind of take forever to build characters in this game, because I have to fight the bosses weekly, and I like never get the drops that I want, and I also don't get the items that convert the drops to whatever I need, so then I'm just stuck looking at this for like 5 weeks straight, even though I could already have it finished if I could just get the boss drops, but yeah, just tangent for another time with Genshin. But yeah, he's using Black Sword, and then he'll be using Gilded Dreams. So he's already on 4 pieces of it. Yeah, I've gotta get better stats for him. Jean was the character I chose for the free 5-star selector previous event, so that's how I got her. Been working on building her. She's really good with Furina, so I definitely want to have her fully built for that kind of a team. Kazuha is my first limited 5-star character. So yeah, I've had him for a while. I've only recently been like finishing building him, but yeah, he's at level 90, and everything is on 4 pieces for Viridescent Venerer. Here's his stats. And then Jean. I don't think I've shown hers. At the moment. Kirara, I've like been building a little bit recently for an Alhaitham team. I have her on this team with Hing, but I haven't really like tried the team too much. I actually recently got another Favonius sword, so I've been looking into leveling that up soon. But yeah, she's just on some random pieces. At the moment she's at C2. And then Yao C3. She's not even like using full artifacts or whatever, I mostly use her as a healer with caging whenever I do caging teams, and usually she's fully built for those kind of scenarios, but she doesn't even really need to be to get decent healing done. So yeah, there's that. And then caging, she's at 62 over 141. She actually has a 4-star relic that I haven't felt like swapping out because it has crit damage, I guess. I don't know. It gives her the 4-piece Wandering Fury. And has decent enough stats for that kind of a thing, but yeah, I definitely... Oh, she has 2 4-star pieces, yeah. This is like one of my most used characters, by the way. It has 2 4-star pieces, and I like use her on almost everything. She's at C2. I considered going for C3 for the free 5-star, but I ended up going with Jean. And she's triple crowned and everything. And I use her on most abysses whenever I can. And then Fischl, built to be used with caging. I actually need to finish upgrading that for Fischl. But yeah, as you can see, she doesn't have the greatest relics at all. I just haven't really been able to do so much relic farming for my characters because I've been so busy just trying to get everyone that I want to be at level 90, and then do all their talents, and then worry about relics, but I, like, can't even finish our talents because all the bosses don't give me the drops that I need to get all the talents finished. But yeah, as far as Abyss goes, I've been able to consistently get to floor 12. I haven't been able to clear floor 12, but I can consistently get to floor 12. Sometimes I forget to do it though. Like, I think 2 Abyss cycles ago, I actually just completely forgot to do the Abyss. Yeah, that one I didn't even bother with floor 11. Well, now it's 8/2024, but I used to have the date other side. Yeah, you can see all the abysses that I've done here. All the characters I've used for them. Yeah, now I mostly just use Nivelette on abysses because she's really good at clearing them, turning my brain off and getting it done. But yeah, I haven't tried floor 12 for this abyss. I've heard that it's not too difficult, so I might try it off stream at some point, but yeah, I just haven't really felt like doing it. So yeah, that's the current state of my Genshin account. If you want to know... Oh yeah, I guess I didn't show the party setups for the team comps that I, like, ran. Or occasionally run. So yeah, these are ones that I've tested, filled and stuff. And then any character on any of these teams outside of, like, this team and this team, I'm currently building. So yeah, I'm currently building Kuki Shinobu and Karora a little bit in Jinshu. But yeah, I'm not gonna have every character on my account at like level 80. I might in the future, but like I'm gonna get the ones that I have on teams that I actually want to run for abysses at 90 and pretty far along traces, like maybe level 8 on everything. And then once I've done that, I'll start farming for relics for characters. But if a character does have relics, it's because I really like them and I wanted to be able to use them pretty or often, so I went ahead and farmed relics for them, even if the relics aren't the greatest. Yeah, I could show all like the individual relics that I have and all that kind of stuff, but it would just kind of take forever. So I'm just not even gonna bother with that. Because if you want like a quick preview of everything, it's very organized. For sure. So yeah, like, as you can see, I pretty much only use 5-star relics. The only character I have on my account that doesn't use 5-star relics is like Keychain. Just because the ones that she does have are not the worst. Like, this is just a really good relic in general, even if it is 4-star. If it was 5-star, obviously, it would be really nice to get that extra, like, 8% attack or whatever. It's like 12% attack, just off of being 1-star level up. But yeah, it's kind of hard to beat that kind of crit damage distribution there. It gives everything Keychain would want. And she's still almost 2,000 attack, even without that kind of an upgrade. So, yeah. And I believe her constellation gives her, right, or no, it's her talent. Yeah, this one gives her extra crit rates during her skill. So her crit ratio is not that bad because her skill is pretty much permanently active. So yeah, that's the Genshin account. I'm gonna like turn off the screen for a second so that way I can swap over to Star Realm. Guess I'll show that one. Alright, I'll show Z next because that one will be way faster to go through. I don't want to leak anything, and I'm just gonna do this in real time. So yeah, I think that's everything I need to show on the Genshin account. So yeah, now on to ZZZ. And I won't have to turn off the screen to swap over to Star Realm. I just had to do it to swap over between accounts. Because my Genshin account is on a different PlayStation and Hoyoverse account than my ZVZ and Star Realm account. Just due to me messing it up on my phone when I was setting up all the accounts. And I also have 2 alternate Genshin accounts, kind of. Like, I've logged into them and played enough to do pools and done pools for them just to see what I would get. And, like, occasionally I log on to them to do pools. For, like, my main PlayStation account, where I play, like, Baldur's Gate and stuff on. Because my Genshin account and the Star Rail ZZ account are on alternate PlayStation accounts, too. That I only use to play those games. So, yeah, ZZ, it'll be pretty fast because the game's very new and I don't have that much stuff. So, yeah, I did do quite a few pools on Jane's banner. I did enough pools to lose 50-50, and then I got Jane the pool directly after I lost 50-50 on her, so it was one pity. And then I did like 80 pools and lost 50-50 and got Kaleda, who was my most recent character, which I did not stream that. I was kind of just hoping to build pity for the next banner. It was at like, I had like 12 pools left before I capped out. And I figured I would lose 50-50 anyway, so I just didn't bother recording it, and yeah, I did. I got Kaleda. She's currently using this W engine. I did have it on my NB before then. Yeah, she's not very built at all because I just pulled her. I have not ever used this character, probably never will, to be honest. She's just a worse version of Jane in my account. Ben will be used, and I've used them in the past when I used Soldier 11. I'm going to rebuild my Soldier 11 team and make it like an actual fully built team now that I have Kaleda, because all you need is Soldier 11, Kaleda, and Ben. Triple fire type team, and it's really good. For Soldier 11, and my Soldier 11 is M1 Star 1, I guess. Because, yeah, I do have her W engine as well. I can't show it on Ben's screen, but yeah, Ben is just M, and he has pieces of equipment for sure, but I mean, it's not show you that he's not very built. They're just like random pieces. Anton was my first M6 character during the Ellen banner. I played during the Ellen banner, and then I stopped playing like immediately when it ended, and came back during the start of Jane's banner. So, yeah, I have not done very much in DayZ compared to the other games. I only have like 100 hours in it, whereas in Genshin I have like 800 hours, and in Star Rail I have 250 hours, and that's just on PlayStation for Star Rail. I used to play it on PC and mobile a lot before the PS5 version released. But on ZZZ, I've done everything pretty much on PC. Like or on PS5, I've done very little on mobile. I have not played it on PC at all. But I actually play Star Rail pretty often on mobile because it's really easy to do because it's turn-based. Yeah, Anton exists on my account. Never used him. Never really used Billy. Just holding a W and you never really use Korn. I might build her whenever she's in 6. I don't know. She seems like a very fun character to play as, but I don't even know if it's worth because she's a physical attacker, and that's basically what Jane does. So, yeah, Seth, I've been building him for a Jane team. He's like Jane's best partner, he's at M4. I don't have his W engine, he's just using the one from the Battle Pass, because it's good for him. So Kaku, I recently got her M6. I'll be using her with Jean on the Jean team, because I will get the Jean team eventually. I need Lycaon for it. And I still have my free character after I reach like 100 pools in the standard banner, or whatever the number is. Whenever I reach that, I'm going to be going for him, so that way I can start building that team fully. But yeah, for now, Sukaku will be built pretty soon. I actually recently started building Nicole, just kind of passively, just to try her out with the Jean Do team idea that I had, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna go through with it and finish building her. But yeah, maybe if she's like M6. I've heard that she's not bad. She's just using random disk drives. And then Ellen, level 50 at the moment. First limited character. I do have her W engine. I did not get Jane's W engine. She's using this character's W engine. Yeah, Grace. Yeah, Jane has her W engine. I got that off of the banner. I did lose the 75-25 for Jane's W engine for Soldier 11s. So, my Soldier 11's M1, Star 1 on the W engine. And she has interesting disk drives, but yeah, they're like all 4-star ones or whatever, A ranks. Jane, Jane and Ellen both have all S ranks, and I'll probably be getting Ellen to level 60 next. But currently, Jane and Abby are my only level 60s. Because I only recently got to the level to where I could get level 60 on my characters. But yeah, as you can see, they have very little investment on like their skills and stuff for Soldier 11. I mean, Ellen's got pretty far ones because I do want to have her fully built. And eventually I'll get there with Soldier 11, but yeah, she's priority, but she's not the highest priority. I'd rather get someone like Anby or Koleda built because I feel like they'll be a little bit more interchangeable on teams because they're both stun characters. But yeah, I like wasn't even playing the game during these dudes' banner, so that's why my account's not too far progressed compared to some other people that are like streaming the game and everything. And then yeah, Andy, she's using her W engine, her like signature. I was having her use this. If I get another copy of this, I'll probably have her use that instead because it is better for her. But yeah, as you can see, I've been storing it, so I don't have any extra copies. And then Jane, she's probably my most built character at this point. My most properly built. I've actually got pretty good stats on her stuff. So yeah, she's pretty far along to be built. I was pulling her M1 just in case I got it, but I ended up not getting it. And yeah, here's the cinemas for everybody if I miss them. So yeah, Soldier 11's the only 5-star character that I have that has an extra cinema.
Awaiting further standing by.
So yeah, and then for Bang Boos, I can't even. I guess I can go to this Bang Boo store. See that? Yeah, it's this one.
Good evening.
I recently got every A rank Bang Boo. I don't have every S rank. I have 2-star review level 60, 2-star review level 50, and then 1-star review level 30. These are the S rank ones. This one's for the Fire team, Ice team, and then Jane's team. It's this one. So that's why I have them. And I have like a few levels in this one and this one for whatever reason, but this one's from an event. And I have most of them maxed out in star level as well.
Find me anytime. I'll be here.
And if you want to see my current pity on stuff, this banner is at like nothing. That one. Oh yes, 300 pulls for the guaranteed. But yeah, I'm pretty close to another S rank off the standard banner. So far, what have I got off the standard banner? Actually, I don't even know for S rank characters. Yeah, that was my M6 on Sokaku. I've gotten a ton of Antons. Like, I have way too many Antons. I probably have, like... Oh, that's where I got the Brimstone. Oh, I lost the 50-50 on the W when I have on Jane, not the Brimstone. I forgot. So yeah, we got the Brimstone, and we also got Soldier 11 off of the standard. Is the other S rank that I have. Yeah, not very many there. However, on this banner, I've gotten a ton of S ranks because it's not the most uncommon thing. And usually when I get one S rank on this banner, I get another one not too long after, for some reason. As you can see there. And then there's like a long period of waiting. Okay, a long period of waiting. Oh yeah, that one's pretty short actually. I was gonna say that's actually kind of a long period of waiting. And then yeah, I don't think I have any more, that's right. Yeah, that's 5 seconds. And then for my progression on all of like the officer stuff, see here. I guess while I'm here, I might as well. Oh yeah, I didn't even show on Genshin like all my missions that I've done, because that would just take way too long, but I can show it here. So yeah, on the video archive, I did Nekomata's second quest. That's like as far as I've gotten on these. I haven't even like bothered with any of these. I did all the Faith and Stories though. Like all these are done. And then I also did that whenever that was an active event. For these, I'm still needing to do like some combat missions. Some of them aren't even completed fully, and then like some explorations as well. But like the way that DDG has these structured is really weird, and it makes it awkward to figure out what I need to actually finish. Because you have to check like every individual page, and then some pages I have like everything finished, some pages I have like 1 or 2 things finished. I don't know. I don't really like the system too much. I did finish the event. Yeah, I finished this event and the event that was before that event, I believe, as well. And then as far as the outpost go, I actually could probably attempt this and get further on, not the Notorious Hunts, or the Routine Cleanup. Where's the other thing? Oh yeah, the Shiyu Defense. I could probably finish out the stable node if I, like, tried. Because I haven't done it yet. And then I could probably get further in this too. I don't know whenever this resets, but this is like the one that resets every once in a while. It's this game's equivalent to Spiral Abyss. And then for Hollow Zero, looks like I have something to do. I don't know. I rarely do. I only do Hollow Zero like once a week. And there's been a few weeks where I didn't even do Hollow Zero, and even before I had like stopped playing the game entirely, there were still a few weeks where I didn't do Hollow Zero, so like I just haven't messed with it very much. You can see there's a lot of Resonium that I'm missing, and like a lot of these special area logs and stuff, so you know, just Polychrome sitting on my account waiting to be claimed whenever, I guess. And then for Star Realm, because that's pretty much everything in TCC. I could like show my achievements. I'm not gonna bother with that. actually. I am not very close in Genshin or ZZZ or Star Rail to having 100%. Well, actually, in Star Rail, I'm pretty close to 100% completion on achievements because I used to have it. Or I had like. There was that one point in time where I had like 85% completion of achievements. Now it's probably down to like 75% completion, which is a lot more than I can say for Genshin and ZZZ. Or I don't know about ZZZ. There's probably not that many achievements in the game, so. Yeah, Star Rail is the account where I have like the most stuff compared to everything else. Like I have more characters in Genshin, I'm pretty sure. But in Star Rail, I've got way more complete things. So Black Swan's my most recent character that I pulled. So I've been building her. And then Moz is like the most recent character to come out for 4 stars. I am like not. I don't know anything about this character, so I just haven't bothered with him. He's level 40. But every other character on my account is level 70. So that should just instantly tell you how much further along my characters are in this game compared to other Hoyoverse games and my account in general. So yeah, she just has this light cone on. She has decent investment on traces because I've like looked into her. If I get her last constellate or not constellate, if I get her last Eidolon, it's literally on screen. I'll finish building her, but if not, she's just gonna remain here forever. That's kind of how I feel about Yukong. Arlen, I'm like not gonna touch, probably. He's E6. Any of like the base release characters are E6 if they're 4-star. Misha, I recently got to level 70, but I've never used. I like used Hook a little bit whenever the game first released for dot teams, but haven't really messed with her too much outside of that. And the same thing with Luca. Whenever he first released, I used him like a tiny bit, and since then I haven't messed with him. Sushong might be a character that I look into building in the future. There's like someone that watches my Twitch that has her built, and it looks kind of interesting. I don't think she's very good compared to like other like 5-star characters and stuff, but compared to 4-star one, she seems pretty fun. So maybe in the future I'll build her as like a break DPS and try out some stuff. Jingchui is the most recent character I've tried to build for 4-star characters, because she's actually pretty strong at E6 if you get decent enough RNG and have like a pretty solid build. She's still not strong compared to other DPSs for like the limited 5-star ones, but she's not the worst option in the world. And then I got her light cone off the most recent battle pass because honestly the battle pass light cones are kind of bad for the most part, and I didn't really know what to pick, so I just kind of got this one. So that way I could say I have it because I didn't have it before then. But whenever I build her, she'll probably use a better light cone than that one. Don Hung I tried to build whenever I looked into building welts, but I just never really finished it, and I don't really plan on it. Sampo, I've used him on Kafka teams in the past. I used to not have like his Eidolons. It took me forever to get Sampo on my account for some reason. He was like the last 4-star character whenever the game first came out for me to get on my account. So, kind of took me forever to get him in his Eidolons, but yeah, he's just kind of there at the moment. Serval, I built her kind of recently just to like try her out. It was not worth. She's not very good. I hadn't played her since before Jingyuan released, and then I played her like 3 weeks ago after like building her up a bit, just to like see if she was any good compared to new characters, and yeah, she's not worth it. Like she's like barely usable in like pure fiction. It's like the only place I could think you could use her. And even then she's kinda outclassed if you have Jingyuan. So yeah, Herda, and the same thing, like I use her for pure fiction occasionally and stuff, but I don't even have any relics on her at the moment. But yeah, maybe I will go and give her her own relic set in the future. Like, I'm gonna be farming this cavern where I get the relics for her pretty soon. I'm gonna be like spam farming it, but not for her specifically, for like Black Swan. But if I happen to get relics for her, I'll use them. And then Natasha, I used to use her quite a lot. Yeah, I haven't really touched her in a long time. Not ever since I pulled Bailu on my account. So, yeah. I mean, like, I used her and Bailu on, like, the 2 different teams, and then when I pulled Lynx, I stopped using Natasha. Which took me forever to get Lynx. Hanya, I, like, built her whenever she first released and tried her out, and then since then I haven't touched her. But, I mean, if she ever has a use, I'll be able to use her, because, I mean, she's pretty far built. Welts, I think he has the most Eidolons out of any 5-star character I have. E3S1. Never use them. I've, like, considered building him in the past a lot, and then I always just give up on it. Because it's not really worth for me. Silverwolf, I use her not as much as I want to, but as much as I can, kind of, because she doesn't have too many uses, but she is pretty well built. I mean, 153 speed's not that bad. Jingyuan, I don't really use him too much anymore. I like use him very occasionally, but yeah, as you can see, he has like kind of rainbow relics on right now. His relics have been passed around to other characters that can use them a bit better. But yeah, he has decent stats whenever I get like a good build on him. Bailu's kind of in the same spot. I never really use her anymore. She's at E0. I do have 2 copies of her link on, so yeah, no one's even using the other copy. Svard was my most played character for a long time. First limited 5-star character, or not limited, first 5-star character on my account outside of the Trailblazer. But yeah, now I never use them. Because I have Urgenty. Or not Urgenty, Aventurine. Yanqing, might look into building him for a meme in the future, but yeah, for now, it's kind of there on my account. If there's a decent relic set on him, I'll pull him in the future. I don't really like his follow-up attack ability. It annoys me that it's RNG, so that's why I haven't really built him. Himiko is my second most recent 5-star character. From losing 50-50 on Black Swan's banner during this current rerun. I have her pretty well built, because I had a bunch of fuel on my account, and then when I lost 50-50 on her, I just used all the fuel on her. Because I wanted to build Himiko, because she's pretty good in Pure Fiction. So, yeah, whenever I finish building her, which I'll do in the future, she'll be pretty solid, but yeah, for now she kind of has some random pieces as far as the Planar Sphere goes. I just have this Planar Sphere and it's really good, but there's like no character in the game that can use it for like the set effect, but for the base stats outside of the set effect, it's not that bad. And then Clara, I use her pretty occasionally, even though I have her very poorly built. I need to finish building her for how much I use her, but yeah, she's pretty fun. I like using her in March 7th Preservation, because I have a pretty good March 7th Preservation build, as she's my favorite character in this game. So, yeah, anytime that I would play that, I'd play Clara as like the main DPS in that kind of a build. But now with March 7th of the Hunt, I can use that instead to play March, so I don't play Clara that much. So that's why I like her crit rate is so bad, or her crit ratio. But yeah, March 7th, I pre-farmed for whenever I heard that there was going to be a Hunt March. I actually pre-farmed for a Break Effect set originally, which is currently on my account somewhere. I don't know who's holding on to the relics for it, but yeah, they do exist somewhere. It was not that good of a Break Effect build, so I didn't finish it. I mean, I wasn't going to anyway, but when I heard that you could do a crit rate build, or not a crit rate, but a crit build, so I went for that one instead, and it's currently 81 over 121. I kind of need more crit damage. Yeah, I didn't do too much farming for relics. Like, I very rarely farm for relics, even though I have a lot on my account, and it looks like I farm for relics that much. only recently got the achievement for farming like 300 relic domains, and I think there's one for farming 500 relic domains too, or something. Like I got the second tier achievement basically pretty recently. I've mostly just used my time to level up characters and their traces. Like pretty much all of my characters, if I've used them on a team in the past, have either maxed out traces or close to maxed out traces. That's like the main thing that I do. So yeah, Lynx. As soon as I got Lynx, she was instantly benched because I got better sustainers, unfortunately, for her. But I did want her for a long time. So yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Anyway, I want to use this character in the future. I'm gonna build her again. It's just gonna be a while before I can do it. I want to build her as a break DPS for a super break team. Tingyun, it took me forever to actually want to build Tingyun, even though she's been really good since the game's launch. And yeah, I used her with Kafka as like Kafka hyper carry teams for a while. It's pretty fun to play those. But yeah, you can pretty much just put her in any DPS that wants to get an attack percent buff or energy buff, which is pretty much every DPS in the game. So yeah, pretty universally good. Pela, I've been trying to build recently, but she has a very interesting build. She's not anywhere close to what I would consider being like a full build or anything. She just kind of has some random relics that happen to work for her. But yeah, basically build not final, but it's the start for her. And I've wanted to build her for a while and just never really got around to it. And then when I finally did start building her, I pulled characters that I wanted to build instead. So yeah. Asta, I like need to finish getting these traces now. It took me forever to get E6 Asta. I only got that fairly recently. And she's been a character that I've used forever. She's really good for any team that uses 2 DPSs. She's not like the best in slot for those kind of teams, but she's a slot that you can use, so I wanted to have her built for that kind of a thing. And then Gwenhyphen, I used to use her as a second DPS with Kafka for dot teams, but I could never get her E6. Still don't even have it. I only recently got her E1. So yeah, currently she has nothing equipped because everything went to Black Swan as soon as I pulled her. And then Gallagher, I'll probably finish building him in the future for a super break team, but yeah, for now, he's just kind of here, existing. Aventurine, I use pretty often, as I use follow-up attack as... Our follow-up attack team is my second team, whereas dot team I would say is my main team, even though my follow-up attack team is more built at this point. Time just because I only recently got Black Swan, so I've had to do some rebuilding. Yeah, he's fairly strong. I just have this light cone. I think it's... I don't know if it's an event light cone or it's like a limited light cone or what, but yeah. It's like one that he's using. Ratio, I got him for free whenever they gave him away for free. 84 of a 132. Max out traces. Decent relics. They could be a lot better. I didn't farm too much for him, but they could be a lot worse. Well, that's kind of how my Harmony Trailblazer is at the moment. I used to have the physical Trailblazer built when I first started playing the game, but I don't even know where the relics for that are. They're on my account somewhere, probably, but yeah. I have every version of the Trailblazer E6. Oh, if you want to see my March build, I forgot to show my Preservation March build. Yeah, with March, you can do this to show off your builds. You cannot do this with the Trailblazer. Yeah, March, she's using, this is me. S5 from the Battle Passes. So she has like 4,000 defense. Fully maxed out traces and everything. Yeah, I think Aventurine has my better March relics on him at the moment. Because this version of March came out and I use it way more than the Preservation one. then Jade, she's the... I believe she's the... Yeah, she is the only limited character I have E1, because I got her E1 in like 1 10 pool. Even though it wasn't a 10 pool, but it was like within 10 pools after I got her E0, I got her E1. So, yeah, that kind of like what happened to Milani. Although Milani was like 20 pools, because I did lose a 50-50 in between then. But yeah, with Jade, it was a 50-50 win after a guarantee from losing the 50-50 before that to someone. I don't even remember who. Yeah, I use Jade quite often because her E1 makes it where she's usable in things outside of pure fiction a lot more consistently. She has a decent build. I currently have speed boots on her and swap them out for attack boots, but outside of that, pretty decent build for me never farming that domain because it kind of sucks to farm. And then Bronya, someone that I used to use a lot, and I still use her with like a Jingliu team, but she kind of rarely sees used now. And then Jingliu. Have her and her Light Cone. Used to be she was the first character that I ever pulled like a weapon or a Light Cone for. I won the 75-25 for it. I use her pretty often, but not as often as I want to. Kind of same thing with Silverwolf. Yeah, whenever her next rerun is, which I'm assuming she'll probably get one eventually, I'll go for Eidolon for her, probably. I definitely want Eidolon for Topaz, though. And potentially her Light Cone. She's one of my favorite characters in this game as well. Currently has decent stats, 77 over 122. Everything I had on her like kind of went to March in some ways. So her and March are like splitting a build almost. So yeah, like the Light Cone I have on March at the moment used to be on Topaz. So it made it where my Topaz's crit ratio was a bit better, but instead I use it on March. So yeah, currently they all kind of need new relics, but whenever I finish getting Black Swan's traces, I'll start farming that relic domain a lot for Black Swan, and it also gives my follow-up with that characters some stuff, so it's just a really efficient relic domain for me to farm. And then Robin, I'm currently pulling for E1. If I get it, good. If I don't get it, I don't really care. She's currently using this Light Cone, which I don't know if this is from an event or it's like a limited one or whatever, like with event arenas. But I have it as 5 as well. And then she's using these relics. I like this relic set effect for her more than I know some people recommend like Musketeer or even like the Messenger, but I prefer the 4-piece boxing. As long as you get it stacked up, it's really good. But I mean, Robin's kind of just so broken that it doesn't really matter too much. And then Huahua's like my second most recent limited character. Damn, her last rerun I got her. So yeah, that's where all my best healer pieces are on her. And then she's actually using a 4-star Light Cone, even though I could use this Light Cone if I wanted more stats. The Shared Feeling. Or Time Waits for No One instead of Shared Feeling, but Shared Feeling has a better passive than Time Waits for No One. So that's why I use it instead. And then Kafka, I have her Light Cone from her previous rerun, and then I got her during the first rerun. Or her first run, not even rerun, but yeah. She's probably my most used character at this point. Use her for like everything as the main DPS. I've used her in hyper carry teams, used her in dot teams, used her as like sub DPSs and random teams. So I've used her pretty much in every key scenario where you can use Kafka, and she has some pretty decent relics too. So yeah, I would say it's between her and March as my most invested in characters in terms of relics. Just because March has 2 forms, really. If it wasn't for March's second form, it would definitely be Kafka by far. And then Ron May, use her on Kafka teams. Nothing really too special about her. Aside of that, Black Swan, my most recent character. Been trying to get. I've been farming the calyx so that way I can get these. In fact, I have some that I haven't even crafted from farming it this morning. But I'm going to be running out of credits before I can finish this, so. Kind of unfortunate. I think you want to do the skill. Yeah, not only am I going to run out of credits, but I'm also going to run out of these, so I'm going to have to fight Echoes of War next week to finish that off. But, yeah, whenever that's done, I'm going to probably either finish building Qingshui, finish building Pela, finish building Welt, or rebuild Zue, or I'm going to be just spamming the cavern so that way I can get better Kafka, Black Swan, Topaz, Jade, Venturine, Jingyuan, Herta, Himiko, and maybe even March and Clara relics. Like, there's basically so many characters that I can use the relic sets from that domain that is going to be really good for me to just spam it over and over again. And maybe I go back and build Gwenaifen again, and also Sampo, so that way I have alternatives to Black Swan and Kafka for dot teams, so. Yeah. And then as far as the areas go, in Star Rail, I have completed everything in Belobog, in the space station. On the Lofu, I guess I did go through and get all the chests and everything. I thought I was missing some. In Penacony, I'm actually missing some, because it takes forever to do these. It takes like an hour to actually sit down and like figure out which chests I'm missing. Because the reason, even though there's not that many chests and you wouldn't think it would take that long, it kind of takes forever. And then for in-game stuff, for Divergent Universe, I'm at Synchronicity level, Synchronicity level of 54 out of 80. Those Apocalyptic Shadow, 9 out of 12, 35 out of 36 Mermaid Chaos, and then Pure Fiction full completion. I actually have not completed Golden Gears. I'm missing quite a lot of stuff for Golden Gears, so just some free Stellar Dreeds sitting on my account, as usual. And then, not only are there free Stellar Dreeds there, there's also some from some of the events that I missed while I was not playing the game. These two are the only events that I missed. This one, it says that I'm missing something, and it's just because there's like one thing that I haven't finished, but I've just been kind of too lazy to finish it.
This place holds such fond memories. Care to reminisce?
The Fight Club. Yeah, what am I even missing here? Yeah, it's literally this stuff, like, gotta complete exhibition matches within 6 cycles and 5 cycles. So, yeah, that's the one thing that I'm missing, as far as those events. And then, yeah, I mentioned achievements. That's not them for Star Rail, so yeah. As you can see, I actually have quite a few of them. I used to have more percentage completion, but I added a lot more achievements and stuff. And then as far as missions go, I don't have any visible, but there is stuff, like if I go to Penacony, there is like a mission somewhere on this ship that I haven't done.
This place holds such fond memories.
I don't know why it's not loading
Care
in.
to reminisce?
There's like a quest, yeah, over here. There's stuff like this around in certain areas of Penacony and in other places. Like, I think there's one in the prison, the Shackling prison, that I haven't done either. So,
You require.
yeah, that's all of my Star Rail account. or not all my Hoyoverse accounts at the moment. So yeah, that only took like an hour. It's not too bad. So go through everything. Kind of just making this for myself, just to see like where I was at on September 20th, 2024, or just kind of generally in 2024. I guess at this point in time, what all my account progressions are at. Well, Star Rail's definitely the one that I have the furthest progressed. Like, it's getting to the point where I'm running out of characters to build in this game, which is an interesting problem to have. Whereas in other games, it's mostly just a lack of resources and me just having to farm over and over again. And then there's like some missions and stuff I have to do. In this game, there's some missions I have to do, and there's technically some resources I have to farm for some characters, but like, most of my characters are level 70, even for ones I am not going to be building. Like, I'm pretty much, I don't think I'm ever going to be building Misha or Harlan, unless I'm absolutely have like nothing else to do and all my characters are beyond perfect. Same thing with like Mo's. I might build Yukong. Like, there's some characters where it's like Yukong, she is pretty useful at E6, so there's like a solid chance. She's definitely useful before E6. Like, I know what the difference between E5 and E6 Yukong is. It's just like a quality of life thing, but I'd rather have that quality of life thing than not have it. Especially if I'm just going to be getting an inferior version of Sparkle, pretty much, at the end of the day. Or inferior version of Bronya, pretty much. If you want to be kind of more specific. Like, she gives crit rate, sure, but Bronya gives a lot more crit damage than Yukong does. But Yukong is flat buff, so kind of even... Oh yeah, that's like beside the point. But either way, that's everything I can think of showing for now. I'm not sure when I'm going to be going live again. I'll probably be playing League next time I go live, but currently, the reason I'm recording this and like I'm not streaming or anything for a while is because my mouse is broken. Like, you can hear it clicking. The top part of my mouse, where the buttons that you click are, it's like a cover mask almost, and it's come off. Probably from my mouse falling off my desk when I move my chair or like stand up and it's like wrapped around something and I stand up and it falls on the ground. That's happened a lot. And I've also had this mouse for like 2 years, so it's pretty old. So yeah, gonna be getting a new mouse eventually, and whenever I do get one, I'll start playing League again. But until then, I'm gonna wait, because like some of my clicks aren't registering occasionally, and that could be a problem. So yeah, that's where things are gonna end for now. For this, I'll probably do another one of these in the future, but it won't be for like a long time. I've done one of these for like Genshin specifically a while ago, so it'll be kind of interesting, I guess, to see where my count was then compared to now. And yeah, I don't think this will be something like I'll have like a yearly schedule for. It'll probably be more frequently than yearly, but it won't be like monthly. Because if it's monthly, there's not too many changes. But if it's like every 4 months, there'd be quite a few changes. I don't know what the exact schedule will be. It probably won't be something traceable. It'll just be whenever I feel like making one. But basically, don't expect these to be like a weekly thing or even a monthly thing. They'll be far more infrequent than that. So yeah, that's it for now. Guess we'll see everyone in the next one.